Netflix has a lot of horror movies. It has some good movies and it has a lot of trash. So how do you figure out what you should watch? Well, that's what I'm here to tell you. Here's 5 short horror movies you should watch on Netflix, and they're all in one movie called Phobia Part 2. And all of them together are under 2 hours. Without wasting any time, let's get right into it. But first, according to YouTube statistics, only a small percentage of people who watch my videos are subscribed to my channel. If you like this video, consider subscribing. It's free and you can always unsubscribe. Enjoy the video. Phobia 2 is a great Thai horror anthology. 5 movies, each movie is around 20 to 25 minutes long, and 4 out of 5 of these movies are tremendous. Number 5. The first of these 5 short movies is called Novice. It's probably the most unique movie out of all 5. It focuses on themes of guilt, penance, and is very different from conventional horror fare. First off, we are based entirely in a Buddhist monastery. And second, there's very superstitious overtones that still manages to stay different from regular ghost fare that you see in most other movies. Like, you don't have any little girl ghosts, you don't have any jump scares out of the blue, and everything that you see is grounded in solid reality and it's made really well. Novice follows a 14-year-old boy who's left in a monastery by his mother for something terrible he's done. And this boy is haunted, both by his actions and by real fucking ghosts. I'm not going to tell you too many details about any of these movies. So, this is a very nice movie that's very well crafted and stays engaging from beginning to end. And it has a great, unique ending. I really liked it. A good ending, interesting character development, and overall different structuring and styling of direction makes this movie very good and a great start to the 5-part horror anthology. Number 2, Ward. Number 2 is called Ward, and it's my least favorite entry out of these 5. So I just want to get it over quickly and let you know that the one good thing about Ward is that it shows how much can really be done with a very tiny budget and very little. And what I mean by that is that Ward follows just 2 people, or technically just 1 person, who's stuck in a hospital ward after he has a small accident. And the whole movie takes place in this one room. And he's told that he has to share a room with another person because the hospital is kind of overfull. And it follows what happens when he's there. See, Ward is an okay movie. It's passably okay. But where it gets points is that it shows really how much can be done with very little, a very small budget, and just basic minimal actors and sets. But that doesn't mean it's a good horror movie. It's passable at best. Maybe if they invested more, maybe if they wanted to actually try to do more with what they had, or if they actually used more elements and things, it could have been better. But overall, Ward is probably the weakest entry out of these 5 movies. And with that said, onwards. Number 3, Backpackers. Okay, I love this movie. Backpackers accomplishes so much in such little time that it's hard not to like it. The movie follows a young Japanese couple in Thailand trying to hitchhike to Bangkok. They find a ride in a truck, but that's where their troubles begin. The sketchy truck driver and his friend, or apparently his son, are transporting some very, very illegal cargo. And when I say very, very illegal, I mean very, very illegal. And by the time a Japanese couple realizes something is wrong with the situation, their world has turned upside down quite literally. And they're staring death in the face, also quite literally. This movie offers a very well made take on an old ass formula, on a very basic formula, which is zombie films. And it does a brilliant job of delivering a movie that's entertaining and engaging while tackling a fairly old concept. Despite its short runtime, this movie delivers a solid punch, and it is one of the stronger entries in this list. Number 2, Salvage. Salvage follows a woman who works at a used car dealership, and apparently she sells cars that have been in horrific accidents after refurbishing and overhauling them. And I don't know how to drive personally, so I don't give much of a fuck about this because I don't care if the car I'm driving was in an accident or not. Like, it's done, it's in the past. But apparently that's a big problem for a lot of people in Thailand, especially because this movie's entire theme is focused on that. The night starts with the woman working late, staying late for some reason, and before you know it, her actions have caught up to her and she's paying the price. Again, Salvage takes place in a salvage yard, and it's a pretty unique setting. The whole movie is based and takes place in this specific area. Salvage has a very nice ending, and it will stick with you because It comes out of the blue, but also it really really hits and cuts deep. So Salvage is a nice movie. Number one, In the End. In the End is my absolute favorite movie, and I don't even need to write a script or anything for this movie because it's one of my favorite movies of all time. In the End follows a film crew who's shooting a sequel to a horror movie, and you might have seen this film crew in one of my earlier reviews of Phobia Part 1. It's these four guys from this movie. Yeah, this movie, which is called In the Middle. In the End follows a film crew, and apparently halfway through their shoot or towards the end of their shoot, the girl who's playing the ghost, well, something happens to her. This movie is a horror comedy, and when I say horror comedy, I mean it's a horror comedy in a great sense. It's not a parody, it's not a badly made movie, it's a brilliantly made movie. The scenes that are supposed to be scary stay scary. The scenes that are funny are fucking hilarious. Like, these four guys are brilliant actors, and it comes through so strongly in this movie. So, long story short, In the End is both cheesy and funny and scary in equal parts. And the ending of the movie is just it's both funny and it's kind of a slap in your face, but you don't feel bad about it. You're just like, oh my god, how could they do this? And it works out really well. All in all, I'd say it's the strongest entry, and it's my favorite entry from the five short horror movies you talked about, which is why it's also number one. And it's a strong movie overall, and you should definitely watch the whole anthology if it's just for this movie also. If you want to watch just one movie from this anthology, watch In the End. It's tremendous. But overall, I will give Phobia 2 a solid 4 out of 5, and it would have got a 4.5 on 5 if it weren't for the second movie, which is trash. It's not trash, it's just basic as shit. It's not very scary. Go watch Phobia 2. It's a great 5 short horror movie anthology. It's on Netflix. And it's better than any other horror anthology that I can recall at this moment. It's better than VHS 2, and all that other dull shit. And with that said, take care, stay safe till the next video. Hopefully, I might be putting it out soon. And I also stream stuff on Twitch in case you're interested. You can check that out. It'll be in the description. And you can follow my Facebook if you want regular updates, although I'm not very regular there as well. And yeah, I think that's it. I will see you guys later. Stay safe. Adios.